just finished creating our first semi-large batch of the salve. What's next on my agenda is I actually have a reading to do with my friend Belen. I'm sipping on some chamomile and mint tea just because that just felt right. It's refreshing yet calming. I like the pairing of the mint with the chamomile because the chamomile reminds me of relaxing, and I'm not trying to get too relaxed and fall asleep earlier than planned because I have other things I have to do after the reading. And the mint kind of does it for me.
What does your shirt say? What exactly?
What exactly don't you understand? And it's a bunch of math equations.
But that was yesterday, right?
When I did math, yeah. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. My sister got this shirt for me. I didn't buy it. Getting the content. But I'm also the one who, because, okay, we try to do it the same way that we would do it if we were in lab, like in a chemistry lab. So yeah. I don't know if you ever took chemistry in college or in high school. But basically, you have your lab notebook, and when you go to do the experiment, you've already done the pre-lab. So the pre-lab would be the research you had to do beforehand for the experiment, and it would also include any type of procedure for the experiment, including step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would include numbers. If there was any math that needed to be done in order to get your formulas right, all of that's done before. That's the pre-lab. So we had that done. That was yesterday. So I'm the one that's handling the notebook. I'm the one that's giving her the procedure. So I'm the one that's behind the pre-lab mainly, but she's behind the formulation. So it kind of goes her, me. It kind of bounces back and forth. But the reason that works really nicely, even though usually it's just one person that does that, is because we're checking each other. So, like, she checks, I check. When she says, this is the formula, these are the percentages, I double check to make sure if those percentages even make sense mathematically. And then the conversions of those percentages to grams or milliliters or whatever it is that we're using. And, yeah, is like a possibility in the timeline, right? Mm-hmm. And then depending on what path you take, it may or may not happen in a specific way. I believe that I'm the master of my own destiny, and I can wield energies because I am a witch. It's kind of like, okay, here's a pronostico. What am I going to do with it, you know? But those things that you were saying, those have been happening. Like, a piece of that actually just happened not that long ago. It was like something very dumb and small, and I noticed that I got super butthurt about it. And it gave me so much inner child vibes. Like, I'm like, why? I was like, why did I get so butthurt that somebody called me out on something so little that didn't even matter? And it wasn't even what I did being a big deal either. But I noticed that it hurt. And I'm like, why? And it reminded me of what it was like to be a little kid and have somebody be like, don't touch that. And even though I'm an adult now, like, that's the memory that came to my mind when I got like a little hurt. And it wasn't like when it happened I was like, oh my god, like, that's not what happened. It's like it gradually became hurt. Like, I was like, okay, everything's cool, like nothing's bad, yeah. And then I'm like making my tea and I'm like, why am I still thinking about it? Like, why am I still thinking about this that's so small that I didn't even think hurt? So there's a lot of reflection that's coming in, apart from the fact that I'm this close to finishing the last class in the mentorship. I only have, it's a 2-hour class. I have like an hour left. And I was doing that earlier today. Like, I've been slowly working into this new energy flow of not being so fucking stressed out with school that I'm able to take on way more. And that includes being able to reflect on the same day that I have to work, on the same day that I'm vlogging, on the same day that I'm cleaning altars. Like, I'm able to do all of these things that before I wasn't able to do because I was so stressed out of my mind. And I find myself getting into those spaces of like having trouble when I think about having to create organized content.
Okay.
Because vlogging for me is pretty fucking easy now.
Because you're like, it's just a matter of being consistent, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, sometimes I feel like, oh shit, what am I talking about? I'm like, dude, I have so many things to talk about. But when it comes to like, oh, I have a specific topic and I want to hit these points, that's when I start feeling that executive dysfunction, that chokehold of, I need to make sure I don't forget to say this. I need to make sure that I'm clear about this. And then I have to do this and this. And then I get so in my head about it that I don't want to do it anymore. Que me bendigan todos los espíritus. I am on the treadmill getting some steps in, but I'm also working. I am watching the very last bit of the last mentorship class that I have to finish the first level of this curanderismo mentorship program that I've been doing for the past year. I'm taking notes and I am walking. I'm not walking very fast because I am taking notes and paying attention. And is this ideal? Probably not. Am I going to get away with it? Yes, because I've been doing a lot of things like this for a while. But we're getting it done. I do plan on talking more about this when I do my whole like evaluation of my practice in the 12 days of Yule prompt. I think it's called 12 days of Yule. But yeah, I just wanted to show you. It's not always perfect. It's not always like super like mindful, slow moving. Sometimes it's a bit chaotic and you're just getting shit done the way that you can in order to meet your goals and whatnot. But still keeping the information and then coming back to it later, of course. Creating the label.
Le pongo otro blanco, ¿verdad?
What?
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy birthday.
Behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem saying,
with some blood milk. Ooh.
Billy was declared insane. They sent him away to Clark's sanitarium. Paramedics saved his sister.